Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. So about a week ago I made a video on the Ben 10 sequel that never happened, but the original Ben 10 had some stuff that was drastically changed by the time the pilot aired and the actual show aired. So originally Ben 10 was supposed to be based on or inspired by Dial H for Hero, which is a DC Comics series in which this character, Robbie Reed, finds a disc with a dial on it. Basically, every time he hits the dial, he turns into a different superhero. So, yeah, that was the original inspiration for Ben 10, a device that turns someone into a different superhero every time, which you could obviously see that's similar to the Omnitrix, a device which can transform Ben into different aliens at different times. So basically, but the prototype for Ben 10, his transformations were going to be more along the lines of human superheroes rather than different aliens. And if you don't know also, Ben originally was designed to be a kid with red hair and some freckles. Then they totally changed it, obviously, went for the Ben that, we had in the original series. Also, another difference between the pilot of Ben 10 and the actual Ben 10 is that Gwen was initially written to be a classmate who appeared to be friends with Ben, but otherwise they changed it, obviously, made her into his cousin. But besides that, there were minor differences between the original Ben 10 and the pilot of the original Ben 10. A lot of these included the different aliens that would appear in the franchise, such as like Cannonball was originally supposed to be part of the original 10, but eventually was scrapped in favor of Diamond Head. And Inferno was the original name for Heat Blast. Also, Ben Wolf and Upchuck went through numerous design changes, and for Upchuck, actually, two of them ended up being reused for future aliens in the episodes Ben 10 as Spitter and Octaguana. And obviously, Octaguana would be seen later in the franchise in Omniverse, and Spitter, we didn't really see him much in the franchise besides the future Ken 10 episode. And also, Eye Guy was initially rejected as an alien because it was seen as being too creepy. But then, Secret of the Omnitrix, he was introduced as an alternate character in an alternate scene. I don't know if you've seen it, but Secret of the Omnitrix, the alternate version of it, there are two alternate versions. One where it starts out, the original being that Ben uses Heat Blast, the second version that Ben uses Eye Guy, and the third version that Ben uses Accelerate. But that's pretty much it from what could have been for the original Ben 10. And honestly, I think that Ben turning into aliens instead of superheroes, that's a plus. I think that turning into superheroes would have made the show more boring, maybe not as appealing, because I feel like when you're back then the audience they were targeting, I feel like it's more appealing to say, oh, he's turning into different aliens because they would have more unique designs rather than turning into different superheroes. Other than that, I mean, Ben's design, I mean, I like the design in the original show. Can't go wrong with that. Gwen being his cousin, I mean, yeah, it makes more sense as her being his cousin because like, why would a classmate be traveling with Grandpa Max and Ben for an entire summer? Like that doesn't really make that much sense. Other than that, I mean, Cannonbolt being part of the original 10. Um, I mean, it's kind of interesting that it was actually dropped for Diamond Head. Um, it's I don't know. It's just a bit strange, honestly, that he was dropped for Diamond Head. I wonder why. I would actually like to hear from the creators, Man of Action, what was the reason why they decided, you know what, we'll hold off Cannonbolt till later, and let's just put Diamond Head in the original 10. I honestly, I'm pretty curious of why they would want to do that. Obviously, this isn't a big deal, but either way, nonetheless, I'm curious. Besides that, though, I mean, Cannonbolt now he's part of the new original 10 in the reboot, but I know you guys don't like the reboot, neither do I, but I don't know. It's pretty interesting that this is what could have been for Ben 10. Honestly, you can't say that Ben 10 went wrong back then. Like they should have done this because like Ben 10 became a $1 billion franchise. I mean, it did so well for Cartoon Network, so well for Man of Action. You can't say they went wrong with what they did. Obviously, the reboot, totally different story, but for the original, you can't say they really went wrong with anything. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.